Alright, here we go.
Hello.
Hello everyone. Welcome to yet another match of the Hollow Knight All Skills No Major Glitches tournaments. I am Blue and I'm here with Ran Out of Name, and we're
Hello.
for today. Today we've got a match between Tsira and valignatev, and we're running a bit behind schedule, so we're gonna try to get this started up pretty quickly.
Alright.
So yeah.
Well, why don't we just give them the countdowns now? Alright. Well.
So for those of you that don't know, the goal of this category is to get all movement abilities, all upgraded spells, and all nail arts, and then beat the game. Of course, without using any major glitches. So I'm really sorry we don't really have any introduction or anything, because we are like almost half an hour behind schedule.
Alright, cool. Seems like the both runners are ready. Just gonna send them off.
I'm gonna try to start it up real quick.
Yep. Alright. So the runners should be off shortly. Oh.
Alright, they should be starting. There's a bit of delay, of course, on the restream, but they should be on their way. So yeah, this is part of the fourth round of this tournament in the Swiss format. And these two runners are of pretty different skill levels, but they should hopefully be able to provide us with a fun matchup regardless of that. I believe Valley's PB is around 50 minutes and 40 seconds, and Tsira is around an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah, and coming to this tournament, Valley is 2-1, 2 wins, 1 loss, and Sierra's 1 loss, 2 wins, I believe.
Yeah, so they're gonna be entering here the first area, King's Pass, and we're gonna see a lot of just walking around mainly. We don't really have any exciting abilities, but there's still a bunch of small things that the runners are gonna be doing to be able to save a bit of time. So for example, there you see Tsira poking on a bench fly, these little fly enemies, to be able to reach a platform. And pretty much the goal of this part of the game is just to move towards the next room as quickly as possible. Try to not stop moving in the direction of the room.
I want to try to like cut corners as much as possible to save.
Exactly.
To have those little time saves, and Valley coming out was a 52 King's Pass. And looks like Sierra, yeah, gets a 55 King's Pass.
So King's Pass is actually really deceptive in terms of how much it takes to get it quickly, because if you try to cut corners and cut a bit too much, you end up losing a bunch of time. So it's actually one of the most difficult areas to get really optimized. So we're gonna see the runners both jumping, because there's a slow zone along the floor in Dartmouth here, which is the name of this town. So they're jumping as much as possible to try to avoid the slow zone. And they're now dropping into the crossroads, which is going to be the main first area of the game.
Yeah, coming up here, we'll see the runners drop to the very long room in crossroads. And hopefully they don't get hit by Gruthers. Or Valley does not get hit by Gruthers.
Yeah,
and
both
similar
to
Sierra.
a nice drop through. So what you saw them do there is a trick called inventory dropping. Pretty much if we open our inventory in the middle of the air, we can remove the acceleration cap, as well as remove hard falls, which are like the stun you get on the ground.
Our Valley gets double spike kill.
Tsira gets one of them. So this is a little arena here where we can do a trick called the double spike kill, which means that we're going to be slashing a stalactite that's falling out of the ceiling and try to get it into the path of the two aspids that spawn, and we can kill them both really quickly. On this patch, it's quite precise to do, but both of the runners seem to get it pretty decently.
Sierra here taking damage in that Gome room. Not too big of an issue, though.
Let me see, do we have audio on any of the runners? Let me check. I think we have audio. Yeah. So pretty much as the previous area in King's Pass, you're seeing a lot of just walking around. and trying to cut corners as much as possible. Here you're gonna see the first boss fight, which we are gonna partially skip. This one is called the False Knight, and he's really scary and really big, but in reality he's just a pushover.
Sure, getting some unfavorable husk patterns and extra damage. But...
Yeah, so you're gonna see Valley knock down the boss once, and then once the boss gets up, it's gonna do a bit of a tantrum. And as soon as it's finished with that tantrum, Valley's gonna break the wall to the left, which is actually a dev intended shortcut which allows us to skip this boss fight. And the goal of all of this is, of course, to get the Vengeful Spirit's ability, which is the first ability we get in the game, and also it functions as both a tool to progress to new areas as well as a combat ability. So you see here both Tsira and Valley breaking through the shortcuts and progressing to the Ancestral Mound, which is where they're going to pick up the Vengeful Spirits.
Alright. So Valley already having quite a bit of advantage coming into Ancestral Mound. Tsira falling shortly behind.
Yeah, they seem to both be relatively close here. I mean, it's only the start of the run, so in consideration of everything that can happen in this run, since it's like 50 to an hour long, there's a lot of stuff that can change, and
certainly.
It's really hard to tell how things are gonna go just from the start, because the fluctuations are gonna be from a second to like maybe 10 seconds at most.
Valley was a double plank.
And Rixian in the chat's informing us that they are 14 seconds apart at Vengeful Spirits.
Now, here for the boulder spits, Valley gets first bit. We'll just zoom out.
Yeah, so that boulder enemy there kind of teaches us what we can use the Vengeful Spirit for. And it has a 50% chance to spit like a tiny boulder. And that's what we need, because we need soul, which we get from hitting enemies, to be able to use our spell.
Third spit? Guess Tsira gets third spit. Oh, gets hit. Gets sniped from the other side of the room.
Yeah, third spit is not too bad, all things considered, but Valley getting a first spit, that's going to be a bit more time safe for Valley. So the purpose of that boulder is pretty much to teach you that you can use the spell to get through them. And you're gonna see there's a second boulder here guarding the entrance to the second area of the game called Green Path. And for this one, we're gonna use a tiny little glitch, which we call the boulder insta-kill, or the boulder, where you can walk off the screen, and the boulder will be very sad and lonely because of this.
Oh, Valley!
So if we shoot a fireball, it'll just disappear. That is definitely the real way that works.
Valley not quite getting a fireball. A long
unfortunate fall there, yeah.
Yeah.
So here you're gonna see us use the Vengeful Spirits in another way. That's gonna be really interesting. This is called a fireball skip, and you saw Valley attempt one there at the start, but unfortunately missed it. So when you shoot a fireball, it has a bit of pushback, which allows you to, if you quickly jump, and then at the peak of your jump, turn around, you can use that pushback to be able to reach a bit further, as well as stalling your vertical velocity. So you're going to see Valley going for the second fireball skip right here, using two of them to reach that ledge. Normally you have to go all the way around, and that's going to be, that is a pretty significant time save.
Valley now coming up on the other fireball skip.
Gets it very nicely.
Got it, no problem.
They both seem to miss the first one. And let's see how Tsira handles this second fireball skip right here.
And Valley here needs to collect 8 out of 9 soul before heading into the next room, because there's going to be a Moss Knight that we need to go.
Ooh, Tsira misses the fireball skip, unfortunately. And she's gonna go for the fly pogo back up. There's this little mosquito here that you can lure and then just bounce off.
He's too high. Oh, Tsira just
she made it work.
Barely manages. Sometimes that guy won't cooperate.
Yeah.
and he will just fly everywhere. It becomes really annoying to get the trick.
You're gonna see here Valley gathering up soul from these Vengeflies as he's passing. He's gonna kill a couple Moss Knights down here. You saw him encounter one just a couple seconds ago.
Oh, Tsira gets hit twice.
And these
now down
Moss
to
Knights
two
are
and
guarding
back.
a lot of Geo Rocks, and Geo is the game's currency. So for this route, we're gonna need 800 Geo for an upgrade called Dash Slash, which is a nail art, and we're also gonna need 220 Geo for Shaman Stone, which is a charm that upgrades our spell damage and spell size.
Tsira gets the double. On the Moss Knight.
This early Geo is going to be very important. Valley coming up now to Hornets, the game's actual boss fight that you need to fight.
With Rage
So,
right now, we get his one down
Yeah,
to
he's
2.
probably going to be making very quick work of Hornets, being a runner of his experience. But sometimes she does not like to cooperate, and you can lose a bit of time to that.
Valley absolutely going to town on Hornet.
Yeah, Hornet gave him some a bit troublesome patterns sometimes, where she kind of jumped out of the way. So Valley didn't have the fastest fight, but he made it work.
And Tsira also getting a pretty good RNG on the Moss Knight. Sometimes the second Moss Knight will spawn too far to the right, and we'll have to wait for him to come back. But both of these runners have got good Moss Knight RNG. Tsira not quite being able to kill that Moss Charger. We'll have to go into Hornet fight with no cast of soul.
So what you saw Valley do there was he actually quit out to the main menu and re-entered the game. So what he's doing there is he's abusing the game's save mechanics. So the game saves your progress at all times pretty much, but it spawns you in when you quit out and when you die at certain points. These are usually marked by benches, and you can use them to save your game, quote unquote. And in Ancestral Mound, the game will hard save you no matter what. So you can use that to quit out after you get this ability to be able to backtrack a lot more quickly. And Valley's going to use this to be able to be closer
down
to
to 1 HP.
the third area of the game, the Fungal Wastes. Tsira gets through Hornet as well. A bit shakily, ends up on 1 HP, but she does survive, so that is very good. So Valley's now going to be heading over to the third ability of the game called the Mantis Claw. And this ability is really something that's going to open up the game like pretty much wide open and let the runners go pretty much wherever they want, along with some creative skips and stuff. So this will be the game's wall climb ability, and the runners are going to use this to be able to access like a lot more of the game. So it's a very important ability in that sense. Valley stopping by these Geo Rocks to get a tiny bit more Geo, which is going to be important for this route.
Now Valley coming up a pretty important skip here. The Explosion Pogo gets a first try.
Very nicely. So what Valley's doing there is he's pogoing the Spore and then pogoing the Explosion. And pogoing is a mechanic that we haven't really explained yet, but it is pretty much when you nail slash downwards and you hit something, most notably enemies, you can
can't see Valley
upwards.
trying to pogo the Mantises to victory, but fortunately the Mantis are not cooperating. Valley has to go around.
Very wow! I had never seen that before. That's very impressive. That is a very cool backup. But yeah, Valley picking up the Mantis Claw. He's going to do another save and quit out. And Tsira is also approaching the Mantis Claw. But what Valley tried to do there in the beginning was manipulate the movements of those two Mantis Youth, the flying ones, to a position where he could pogo them up and reach the top of the platform to not have to go all the way around after hitting the lever opening the door at the start. So we're going to see Tsira attempting E-Pogo. And she gets it first try. Nice.
Almost.
Valley is now moving through the rooms we saw before in the beginning of the run, but this time he has a lot more abilities, so the way he's going to be approaching these rooms are going to be quite different.
So Valley's on his way to Grandmother, and he wants at least 6 hits of soul before heading to Grandmother. So that's 3, and oh, that's actually 4. We got the last 2 off of this jumping husk here.
Yeah, Tsira gets Mantis Claw as well. I didn't really catch her her Mantis Pogo setup.
I think it was fine. Oh!
Grandmother giving Valley some tough RNG by flying straight up, but Valley does the swag Pogo strats and manages to destroy her quite quickly. That's very impressive.
But let's see Valley's cleanup.
Gets almost all of them. That is a very nice cleanup, all things considered.
All things storage. Right.
Very nice. So Valley is now buying the Charm Shaman Stone, and charms are like equipable things that you can use to modify your gear slightly and make yourself a bit more powerful. And this one is going to do 2 main things. The first one is it's going to increase our spell damage, and spells are a very important damage output in this run. And the second thing is that it's going to increase the size of our spells, which is going to be really useful when trying to hit enemies twice with the same spell, especially with Vengeful Spirits. Valley gets a Shade skip, so what he's doing there is he's dying on purpose to spawn a Shade, which is an enemy that contains your Geo when you die. And he's using it as a platform to pogo onto to reach an area that he should not be able to access, which is the Blue Lake, and in extension, the Resting Grounds, as well as the right side of the City of Tears.
Alright, Tsira now cleaning up Grandmother. See how she does. Oh!
That is, all things considered, a pretty good reaction to getting a bit of bad spread RNG on those. So what Valley is going to be doing here is he's entering the City of Tears now, and what he's going to be trying to do is he's going to be trying to gather a lot of Geo, because what he's going to need to buy is a nail art called Dash Slash, which is going to be very important for some skips that we'll see a bit later. And this costs 800 Geo. So Valley's gonna need to kill an enemy called the Gorgeous Husk, which drops around 420 Geo. So that's gonna be a very important Geo source, as well as cleaning up some hoppers.
Exactly 420 Geo. Well, Valley on his way to Gorgeous Husk. Oh, Tsira's Shade gets some Fireball, but Tsira still... Yep.
So the Gorgeous Husk is hid away behind a little secret passage in this wall here, in this little room. So right here, it's just a big shiny, very, very greedy husk. Who also is surprisingly tanky in terms of health.
Oh, Valley picks up the full 420.
Valley ends up on a very nice Geo amount. There's pretty much no worry for him right here. And Rix is also informing us that the runners are 1 minute and 17 apart right now. Tsira having a bit of more unfortunate early game than Valley. So Valley is now moving through to Kingdom's Edge. And the only reason he's going to this area right now is to pick up the Dash Slash. So he's just gonna dash along the bottom of this area. And on the way, he's gonna kill some of the hoppers, which are some surprisingly rich creatures.
But also very tanky since we don't have any nail upgrades.
Yeah.
So Fireball will be required.
Yeah, the strategy depends a lot on getting multiple hits with your fireballs, by getting the enemies to jump along the hitbox of the fireball as it travels. And this is something that you're gonna see a lot in this run, with the fireball and the upgraded version of it. That when you hit an enemy, it gets pushed back a bit. So you can make you can hit an enemy in a way that it gets pushed back into the fireball again, and you can deal twice as much damage with the same fireball. So Valley buys the dash slash from Nailmaster Oro, and he's going to be quitting out after this. Tsira on Gorgeous Husk right now gets a very nice kill, also using double hits with the fireball to be able to deal a lot more damage. So Valley is now going to be moving over to Soul Sanctum, which is another important area in this run, because it houses two different important abilities, the Desolate Dive and the Shade Soul. And the Shade Soul is an upgrade of your fireball, and this is where Dash Slash comes in handy, because it's usually locked behind you having a key that requires you to have gone to another area, as well as having 800 Geo to buy the key. And with Dash Slash, Valley's gonna do what is called a lever skip, which is when you hit a lever from the unintended side of the wall. With the range of Dash Slash, it's a very, very long-reaching ability. So he's gonna hit a lever through a door. You're gonna see another lever skip here, hitting this, hitting this lever through the floor.
Valley not quite getting on the first try.
Yeah, manages to deal with the mistake pretty well though. Doesn't really lose any health. So Valley's going to be able to lever skip to Shade Soul, skipping all the requirements that it usually has, and have a very, very powerful damage output early game. Because the Shade Soul is twice as powerful as the Fireball, and it also is a lot bigger, so you have more capacity to deal double hits. And you're really going to see this shine on the Soul Master, which is the boss of the Soul Sanctum. How much damage? Ooh, saving the
Valley.
grub. What a hero. So this area right here, this is Soul Sanctum. You're very soon gonna learn why literally every runner hates it. Because there is a lot of RNG here, and a lot of things that can screw you over and make you lose a lot of time. So Valley right here is gonna be doing the lever skip right up here, hitting that lever through the door, and letting himself pick up the Shade Soul right here. You can barely see it because the light trigger is at the normal entrance at the bottom of the room, so the room doesn't ever light up.
Now with Shade Soul picked up, Valley is going to head to the main part of Soul Sanctum and on his way to Desolate Dive. Fortunately, now with the power of Dash Slash, we'll be able to skip a lot of parts of it.
Yeah, for example, right here, he's gonna do another lever skip through the wall.
And now with Shade Soul, that we'll see this Soul Warrior gets absolutely demolished.
Yeah, the game's progression and balancing really isn't expecting you to have this ability when you're going through here the first time. So you can just kind of shred everything.
And the Valley Soul Twister does not block him his way. Meanwhile, Tsira falling down after trying to get lever skip. A second try. Nope, for no avail. Okay,
so this room right here that Valley just passed through is what we usually call the Hell Room, because it's just so awful, so full of Soul Twisters that can teleport anywhere and just block your path. Luckily, Valley has Dash Slash, so he can just skip the entirety of that room and not have to deal with any RNG.
Did not quite get the Dash Slash off. Released it, I think, a bit too late.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate mistake there. She's gonna quit out back to the bench. Valley is here probably gonna make very quick work out of Soul Master despite all of the RNG. By trying to figure out and predict the way the boss teleports around to get double hits. As you can see, the boss barely took any time at all. And he's gonna get into the second phase here. And since he's on full health, I'm probably expecting to see some pretty swag strats involving damage tanks. So he's gonna need 6 nail hits and 2 fireball hits to kill this boss. Unfortunately takes a hit there. Ooh!
Oh, that's a miss.
That's really unfortunate. So the boss did like a fake dive there, and it made him miss the fireball. still gets the boss down though.
Now picking up Desolate Dive.
Alright, Tsira is moving through on the way to Soul Sanctum now. And Valley picks up the Desolate Dive. This ability is gonna let the runners into Crystal Peaks, which is an area that usually requires either the Desolate Dive or the Lumafly Lantern. And since we have to get the dive because it's a skill, we never actually pick up the Lumafly Lantern at all in this run, which saves us a lot of geo management.
Valley showing us the dash slash storage.
Let's see, right there. He can do another lever skip here to not have to go the long way around in this room.
Yeah. And what Valley actually did is while his nail is charged, he opened inventory to store that state. And the next time he dashes, the dash slash comes out, and Valley demonstrated that. So he didn't have to charge the nail slash at the bottom of the fall.
So here you're gonna see what the Desolate Dive does. It lets you do a very, very quick and powerful descent, which deals damage in like a radius. It also breaks different types of crumbly floors and glass. It's just one of those Metroidvania mechanics of an ability that opens up new areas.
So briefly, just before the two runners passing each other on the same elevator. Going 2 different directions.
Yeah, you're gonna see Valley collect a bit more geo. He needs exactly 300 after this. He looks very good on geo right now. He has a very, very nice amount. But he needs 300 to open the King's Stag Station.
Tsira taking 2 damage on the Soul Warrior and
unfortunate.
taking quite a bit of a time as well.
And the King's Stag Station is gonna be used to go all the way back to Dirtmouth, which is like the hub town of the game. And from there, the runners are gonna move through Crystal Peaks.
Now Valley with 299 geo. Should be able to get it on a dive to the bottom of the spire here.
Alright, Tsira on the way into Soulmaster. Let's see how the fight goes for her. And Valley on his way to King's Station.
And soon Crystal Peaks.
Let's see here.
Oh, Tsira missing 1 fireball already. We'll have to take a bit more time to gather more soul.
Soulmaster is not being too nice right now. Just a lot of teleports in places where you don't really want them to be. Because what you want the boss to be doing is to teleport in a way where you can fire the screen and have the boss teleports in front of the fireball multiple times to get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Tsira gets the boss down though, regardless.
Now on to phase 2. But only 3 HP. It needs to be slightly careful. Do not take too much damage here.
Yeah, especially since she also has to carry health on the way out of Sanctum and all the way to...
Take 1 hit of damage now. And okay.
Alright, Valley dashing through Crossroads and soon entering the Crystal Peak. Tsira gets Soulmaster down though and manages to survive anyways, despite all the bad RNG that she got. So Valley here passing by the best NPC of the game, Myla. And she is unfortunately getting infected by the same thing that is the same infection that is plaguing the entirety of the kingdom. So Valley is now going to be entering the Crystal Peaks. This is a very interesting area because it's very, very largely movement based. And you're going to see a lot of cycles and a lot of stuff that the runners are going to have to kind of base themselves around. Valley's going to go for a trick here called Pogax, which is pogoing this miner's throw and getting it very nicely.
No problem. Oh, Tsira falls down onto the folly. Now 2 HP, still has to make her way back to the spire. Valley
moving through this very cycle-based room. If he's fast enough and gets decent...
Oh!
Ooh, unfortunate. That's not going to be a god cycle for Valley. Still gets it through very quickly, though, all things considered. So Valley moving through the second room. What he's going to be doing here is he's not going to be trying to go for very risky strats because he wants to conserve a lot of health. This is due to the fact that he's not going to be done after getting the Crystal Hearts, which is the ability he's chasing right now.
Tsira getting the grub.
But he's also going to go get the upgraded version of the Desolate Dive, which is called Ascending Dark. He's doing another dash slash sword right here to open this lever. And this is going to be the last big room where it's also very cycle based. So here there are two cycles. There's a damage cycle and there's a damage-less cycle. He's going for the damage-less cycle, which is only a second slower, but of course he wants to be safe and conserve health since it's a tournament setting. This is, in my opinion, a very smart option for Valley. Underplat, let's go.
Dying Crystal Peaks is by far the worst place to die.
Yeah, for sure.
So safety stress is definitely recommended.
So Valley now has Crystal Hearts. As you can see, this lets you propel yourself forward indefinitely until you hit something, and it's going to be important for some parts of the game.
Meanwhile,
Valley's
going to
now
damage on her way out of the spire.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Valley's going to now move through a couple of rooms with some cycle-based crushers, and then he's going to do the first dark room. So as I mentioned, we never get the Lumifly Lantern in this run. So some of the rooms that are dark never get lit up, and the runners have to memorize the layouts of these rooms and figure out the best ways to move through them without taking damage. He also gets a very swag welcome sword there.
2 swag. That was just...
Yeah, the Crystal Hunter did not like the swag there and decided to be in the way.
A Valley zooming through the dark room. Wow.
Very nice dark room there. And now he's going to be entering the Crystallized Mound. This is the area where you get the Descending Dark ability. And this one is quite easy to mess up. And he's going to do a special strat at the end where he's going to take a damage on purpose, which you're going to see pretty soon here. It looks pretty peculiar because he's going to be storing the momentum of his dash slash into the pickup animation, slide off into spikes, and get early control from the hazard tank. So he's just sliding. And that saves a couple seconds there. Valley's now done with Crystal Peaks, and he's going to be heading down into the resting grounds at this very convenient large drop here. And he's going to be picking up the Dream Nail, and this is the most important ability in the game, really, to be able to beat it, because it's required to be able to kill the Dreamers, which are the 3 seals that guard the final boss. That's really going to be the structure of the run going forward. It's really pretty much a hunt for these Dreamers, as well as getting some abilities on the way.
I see her now approaching the Pogax room. We'll see if she goes for it. Oh,
she decides to not go for Pogax. It's very understandable. If you mess it up, it can lose upwards of like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, Valley moving through the dream platforms. He's going to be jumping up on this roof here and doing a crystal dash from the top, which is going to just let him zoom past almost the entirety of it. Let's see if he goes for the second underplat. He does. Very nice.
Woo.
Underplat. Woo! And since he benched at Watcher's Spire, which is back in Crystal Peaks, he's gonna be able to quit back out there. Also, did Tsira just do fast key room?
No, I think she missed that cycle. Missed the...
Yeah, I think she missed the cycle, but she did the actual like difficult parts. That's very cool. So Valley's now gonna be gonna be going over to the Watcher Knights. This boss fight in many other categories, especially any percent and low percent, are a very big haunting thing for new runners, and is one of the most tough fights in this category. Due to the power of upgraded spells, especially Descending Dark, and the amount of invincibility frames that it gives us, we can just kind of destroy them. You're gonna see this boss fight won't take very long.
Tsira also opting for a damage-less cycle here. Let's go for underplat.
Underplat. Let's go. So Valley here has a very powerful damage output due to the spells, and just kind of starts destroying the Watchers.
And Valley gets double green nail and taking no damage. And demolishes the Watcher Knights. On to the last set.
Yeah, they can really screw you over with bad patterns here. Like if they're really far away from each other, it's a bit tough to get damage on both of them. But generally, they're pretty easy to get down.
And wow, that was a really good Watcher Knight.
That was a pretty good Watcher Knight. The last two pairs didn't really, or the final two didn't really cooperate too much. But Valley still managed to get it work.
So taking damage on the pistons, the crushers.
Yeah, that's a very easy spot to take damage on. Those are sometimes very tricky to get through, but he manages to get a cycle working, so that's very nice. Saves the grub as well. And goes for the cool walkling storage strat as well. Gosh, I really need to learn that. That looks awesome. Tsira, ooh, unfortunate.
Taking a fall here.
When you take a hazard respawn in dark rooms, it spawns you back at the very start, so sometimes these can be a very big time loss, especially if the room is like very large.
Oh, Tsira!
Ooh, no.
Now down to 2 HP.
He's gonna opt to get some more soul,
Oh,
I think, to
on
heal
the
up.
room here. Okay. Oh, there's a hunter about to fire. Oh,
Ooh.
how, wow!
Whoa!
I was so close. Almost jeopardized the entire soul gathering operation here.
Alright, she seems to be fine now. She got a bit more soul, just for safety. Valley now got the first streamer, Lurie and the Watcher, and he's now going to be descending down to the Ancient Basin, and on the way he's going to be doing a set of very tricky skips to get Isma's tier without fighting Dung Defender or even stepping a foot in the waterways at all.
Well, I mean, if you're in Isma's Grove, I guess it counts as waterways, right? Oh, Tsira saves that! Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh, almost made it to the end.
Ooh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah,
No,
I feel like
back
once
on
you mess
3HP.
up the dark room once, it's really easy to just like start taking a lot of damage.
Starting time, yeah.
We're gonna see these Isma skips from Valley here. This involves a very precise spike tunnel and 2 acid skips, which is where you C-dash right below or right above the acid. Ooh, misses it once. That's unfortunate.
Second try, alright.
It's a second try. Very nice.
Alright,
So,
Tsira, now back in the dark room.
I really hope the
C-dash.
worms cooperate here. Please tell me the worms cooperate. Okay, Valley decides to fireball the worms. Ooh, Tsira taking another damage tank. This is really unfortunate to see. Valley does set up less and gets it. Very nice. And he's now going to do an early control strat where he aggroes a Whormp and lets it damage him while he's picking up Isma's tier.
And Tsira back at
control of the
2.
character.
Save and quit. Options.
She's turning up the brightness. Interesting.
Before the race, she did mention that if the lace was long enough, that she will hope the sun.
Oh, that is very
spot.
bright.
Oh wow. The sun's probably now in a terrible spot, and she can't see anything in a dark room.
All right.
Oh wow. My eyes.
I mean, if it helps, it helps.
It's true.
Whatever
All right,
it
now
takes.
Valley passes the Ancient Basin C-dash. Oh.
Alright, Valley going down to pick up the wings, or the game's double jump, the Monarch Wings. And for this, he's gonna have to fight a boss called the Broken Vessel. and go through a bit of an RNG gauntlet. Because, you know, who doesn't like RNG gauntlets in this game? Alright, Tsira gets through the dark room. Very
All
nice.
thanks to the height brightness. Yes, ascend. We'll see if she takes the time to turn back the settings or just goes with it. Man, that screen's really flashing right there.
Yeah. This is like using Discord light mode. Oh my gosh.
The glow around the night is so huge.
Yeah.
Nice, like a light bulb. Oh, Tsira taking double damage.
Oh no.
Back
Oh
here.
no. Careful, please.
Needs to get through.
Okay, she can't do the early control strat. Maybe she'll heal. I think
Oh,
it's
she'll
faster
heal,
to heal
dude.
and go for
Do
it.
it.
Yeah. Alright, Valley gets through the Monarchs, which are really RNG heavy enemies. And he's now going to be fighting the Broken Vessel. Tsira gets the early control strats. Slides along the room in very painful brightness.
Oh.
Should I say?
Oh, Tsira forgot to actually move after the pickup.
The night is just a radiance on Tsira's screen. Alright, Valley's gonna be fighting the Broken Vessel here. What he wants to see is an attack where the vessel does headbang in the middle of the room, which allows him to deal a lot of damage with Descending Dark. Right here, this attack. Right there, gets the boss down very quickly due to his very high damage outputs. And while it might be scary that Tsira's on 1 HP, you can't actually take... Apologies.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry for that. I had to cough. You can't actually take... Okay, yeah. Hold on. Just 1 second.
Okay.
I have something stuck in my throat.
Alright. Now Valley picking up Monarch Wings. Tsira moving on to height brightness. Oh, dream platforms. Man, those platforms are kind of hard to see.
Alright, I'm really sorry.
No problem.
What I was gonna say was that while it is scary that Tsira is on 1 HP, you can't actually take any damage here. Gets the underplant nicely, by the way. And she's gonna be quitting out right after this, which is gonna let her have full health again. So that's really nice. And after Watcher Knights, the runners don't really need to worry about Geo at all anymore. Valley is probably not gonna even consider his Geo count at any point in the run anymore. But he's buying the Hidden Stations tag to move back to King Station. And now he's gonna go over to fight the hardest boss in the run. Which is Hornet 2, or Hornet Sentinel. And this is like the first Hornet fight, but like a lot faster and a lot more difficult to react to, as well as having some extra attacks that the first one doesn't have. And this is like the main blocker for this category, along with the Isma skips for newer runners.
Oh, Valley killing the Bellfly. And so, decision that we could see Valley make or not is the safety bench before Hornet. It loses like 10 seconds, I think. But if Valley knows that he's ahead here, could go for it.
Yeah. Also, Tsira turned down her brightness, so that's good.
But Tsira does take 2 damage before Watcher Knights here, and has no soul to fireball the ceiling. So
the reason Valley is going over to fight Hornet 2 is not for some ability, but rather the King's Brand item, which opens the passage to the Abyss, which is home to 2 other abilities. So he's not doing it directly for a new ability, but rather to unlock the ability to get abilities. That's a very confusing way to word it, but yeah. So let's see Valley's Hornet 2 fight, just as Tsira does the Watcher Knights. So Hornet can be really mean and do her parry attack when you're trying to get a double hit with fireballs. Double hitting with fireballs is like the same as any other fight. It's like a very high I can't think of the word right now. Gosh.
I had damage output at 80.
Yeah. High priority on what you're trying to do.
Valley
As well as
dancing on
do-
Hornet takes absolutely no damage. Oh, spoke too soon.
Comms curse.
And that's
Hate to see it.
three parries in a row. Valley does manage to stun Hornet, but Hornet
Alright.
walks in the Valley and Valley finishes. Okay, and Tsira also on the other screen managed to finish Watcher Knights was 1 HP. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a bit of a scary fight for both of them. Valley didn't have the fastest Hornet too. She was a bit mean to him. But Tsira also gets through Watcher Knights very nicely. And sometimes something to note is that like being on low health is not always a sign of a runner being like doing badly in a fight, because a lot of like very high level strategies depend on you being really risky and trying to stay really close to bosses. Sometimes it's just like a side effect of that. Valley doesn't invalidate his run. You love to see it.
Yeah.
With the King's Brand early control.
But if you notice, Valley doesn't have an UI on his screen because we did get early control from after King's Brand.
So Valley's now gonna be heading back to Dirtmouth through the King's Dive station, and gonna be heading up to Howling Cliffs, which is the area that you were originally dropped down from in the beginning of the game. And now with the Mantis Claw, you're actually able to go there. And there we're gonna be heading there for one ability. Tsira looking through the the telescope. You love to see it.
Interesting.
Kind of blessed, honestly.
Lord. Yeah, Valley is going to run some errands here and picking up Cyclone.
Yeah, we're gonna be picking up the second nail art of this run, the Cyclone Slash. And this one actually has a lot of other usage as well as the Dash Slash. Mainly in movement. The Cyclone Slash is useful for two things. We don't really use it much for soul gathering and damage in this run, due to how weak our nail is compared to spells. But you're gonna see probably Valley doing something called a Cyclone Drop, which is when you do a Cyclone Slash.
You're
trying to get the grub.
Oh,
I didn't know that was possible. Can you do that even?
That looks too.
I think it's too far, isn't it?
Yeah, Tsira was like, "Oh man, can't get it."
Aww,
okay.
feels bad. Well, she tried. She tried to save the grub. It shows her good intentions.
It's the thought that counts.
Exactly. So, as I was saying about the Cyclone Slash, it's going to be useful for something called Cyclone Dropping. It's not seen too much on this run, but a Cyclone Drop is when you use a Cyclone Slash, and it's going to actually uncap your fall velocity, just like an Imagery Drop, or similarly to it. So you're going to fall very quickly for a short duration of time, while still like retaining your ability to move side to the sides. So in some of the shorter drops, you're going to see them use Cyclone Drops a bit, I think.
That's Tsira taking 1 damage already in Spike Tunnel.
Ooh,
a second.
Spike Tunnel. That's very easy to mess up.
Oh, now down to 1 HP.
She has soul though. She has enough for 2 heals.
Oh, only a little precarious situation
Going
here.
slightly too early. Nice, gets it on that try.
Just managed to get it. And also blue, there's another use for Cyclone Slash, which is the Helicopter Knight.
Of course, yes. That was definitely the second one I was going to mention. And there's a secret third one that isn't as important. That is, of course, just breaking walls a bit faster.
Yeah.
But I would actually rank the Cyclone Knight the most important one.
We could break the breakable walls with Great Slash.
Yeah.
Oh, now Tsira feeling confident enough.
Let's see.
Skips. We'll proceed on to the last one.
Gets the second one very nicely, and let's see how she handles the third one. She decides to go for the setup, I think.
Yeah. Oh!
Ooh, slightly too low, I think. Gets it on the second try, very nice.
Alright. Oh, trying to get the Horms, now taking 2 damage on
Ooh, the
Horms
Horms are not being nice there. That is like the worst spawn for them. Really unfortunate. Well, there they come.
Oh,
What? No. Oh, second
man.
time. They're so mean. They're being so mean to her right now.
That's
They just bounced off without hitting her. There you see Valley using a Cyclone drop, how quickly you can drop through. And you're gonna see Valley do the Umu boss fights a bit differently to what you might be expecting. He's gonna actually be attempting to do it in one cycle. And this is possible by using a certain strat where you lure Umu out of bounds so that you can get a lot more double hits on the final 2 fireballs. And it's a bit finicky to get down, but Valley's a very experienced runner, so we're gonna see how he handles it right here.
There we go.
And gets a double hit there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That looks like it.
Very nice.
All right.
Very, very clean from Valley. So that's going to be a very important point for runners in this category, because getting a 1 cycle towards getting a 2 cycle can save upwards of 20 seconds.
Oh, Valley getting swag. Walking storage.
Let's go. I'm curious to see how far off Valley is off his PB right now, because he has a very, very optimized PB. He's one of the top runners of this category. I think he's at a 50-43 or something, 50-41, I don't know. At this level, a lot of runners have like very high consistency, and Valley's one of them that has really shown off his consistency in all of the races he does. So it's interesting to see how far off he is right now.
As you're heading to Ancient Basin, and the Moloch selection is going to be coming up.
Valley now gets the second Dreamer, that is Monomon the Teacher, and he's now going to be leaving the archives and benching on the way out, because he's going to use the bench to save and quit back to a couple times. Or, well,
once.
Really just once.
Yeah, we need to pick up a Great Slash in Green Pad, so we'll do that real quick as a quick detour, and we'll come back to Teacher's Archives.
Yeah, you're going to see a very movement-based section now from Valley, and from Tsira you're going to see the Broken Vessel boss fight. That Moloch and those crawlers are
Shadow
not
Creepers.
giving her a fun time there. Tsira's been a bit bullied by RNG today, unfortunately.
Tsira does take the time to heal here.
A lot of things haven't really been nice to her this run, and that's really unfortunate to see.
Oh, Valley going for the RNG C-dash. Oh!
Ooh. Gets it, alright.
Sometimes the jellyfish will explode and deal 2 damage.
Wow, very nice climb in that room from Valley. Tsira tries to do the basin jump, misses it once and decides to go around. That's very understandable. Valley really showing off his good movement in these rooms right here. Very, very clean. And we're getting information from chats that Valley's only around 20 seconds behind his PB right now. Or at least from Monomon. And it could be possible that we get a 50xx time from Valley this race right here.
Valley showing us all the C-dashes. Oh, well, that's a really weird stagger from Sierra's Broken Vessel. And now the headbanging attack, Tsira will
Tsira gets
it.
through the Broken Vessel at a nice 4 HP. It wasn't the fastest fight. She went for some dives where perhaps a Shade Soul would have been more applicable, but generally she played the fight pretty decently and got through it very nicely, so that's really good. She's now going to be picking up the double jump.
Oh, Valley, right side Great Slash. Wow.
Wow.
All right. Wow. Yeah. That
is a very, very tight wall jump right there.
Yeah.
That he went for. It's really easy to mess up.
2 runners picking up 2 different skills at the same time. Wow. Alright. Now Tsira is on her way to Hornet 2, while Valley will go back to Teacher's Archives to continue on to Queen's Gardens.
Yeah, on the way to Queen's Gardens, Valley's going to be heading past the Overgrown Mound, and he's going to be doing the quick little squid arena there to pick up the Howling Wraiths, which is going to be the third spell and the last one as well.
RNG dash 2? Oh,
Ooh.
Valley cancels it this time.
Yeah, it's very smart to not go for it the second time,
Yeah.
since like you need to conserve health all the way to Hera, really.
Yeah. Taking damage of the first time is much less of a concern.
So this third spell is actually going to be not really useful until we get the upgraded version. And we're going to use the upgraded version a lot for the final boss of the game, the Hollow Knight, because it has the highest output out of any other spell. And this first one is just going to be useless. We're not really going to see the runners use it at all. Especially since they already have 2 other upgraded variants of spells that are much better. And we're going to see Valley do this arena right here. Ooh, misses the top one. But you're going to see that he knows exactly where they're going to spawn and has a setup for how to kill them quickly. Does another Cyclone drop.
Gotta get those Neo RSU stats.
Yeah.
Now Valley picking up Howling Wraith here. Oh, Tsira getting that Wanderer's Journal? What?
Huh.
Free journal, right? At the
I'm curious to
time.
see what the purpose of that is, because we don't really go to Lem at all in this route.
Tsira did not die, but did take quite a bit of time on Crystal Creek's Dark Room.
Yeah, Tsira got a bit caught up there.
Yeah.
She hasn't died yet. Except for the shade skip, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, no intentional
She seems to
death.
be going for the safety room as well, the safety bench, which is very understandable.
Giving her some trouble here.
Gets the relic here as well. Interesting.
Collecting all the geo.
I wonder if she's planning to do something like for the meme after the run is finished.
It's gotta be, right?
If she wants to buy something, maybe.
What could you possibly purchase? Lantern for no eyes? No.
Wayward Compass? I don't know.
I think you have enough geo at the end to buy Wayward Compass anyways.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Valley showing more Cyclone drops.
Another Cyclone drop.
While Tsira taking a damage early on Hornet.
Let's see how Tsira handles this Hornet 2 fight. She is not really being nice to her right now. She's doing a lot of parries when you really don't want to see parries.
Taking a second hit, but still nail hitting Hornet so much. Wow, misses a fireball.
She's getting staggers in a very good spot though, really lining up those doubles. Yeah, Tsira's playing this Hornet fight pretty well right now. And Hornet isn't being too mean, which is nice.
Now on the other screen, Valley making it through Dark Deep Nest.
Alright, Tsira gets to the Hornet 2 fight as well. And Valley's now gonna skip the entirety of Beast Stun to this little shortcut up here. And I'm curious to see which strat he uses on the Devout. I think he's gonna do the Great Slash version, where he is able to conserve soul on the way out. No, he seems to be doing the normal variant. The Devout did back away, which was really mean of them. So Valley had to wait for 2 nail hits to be able to kill them. And Valley's now getting the third and final Dreamer of the run, called Hera the Beast. And after this, he's going to be heading down to the Abyss, which he unlocked after killing Hornet 2, and pick up the last 2 abilities, Shade Cloak and Abyss Shriek, and then he's going to climb up and do the final boss of the game. So what really is left is just another round of ability gathering, and then just the final fights. And you're going to see some really cool movement sections from Valley in this Abyss section. You have 2 different climbs that are going to make the section quite unique in that sense. Since we don't really have any really movement-based parts of all skills, except for maybe the Great Slash splits. But this is where the movement of the category really gets to shine.
For sure.
Especially in the Abyss Climb. So Valley's gonna buy this final stack station. He ends up 56 shoutouts. Shoutouts on the Geo amount. Let's go.
56? Not enough to buy Compass, right?
Shoutouts. Let's go. So he ends up very much above the Geo route, which is like all due to the Watcher Knight's chest. After that point, you don't really need to care at all about Geo in this category. You'll almost never end up low.
Now, Tsira, talking to Elderbug
Talking to Elderbug.
before heading off to the Howling Cliffs here.
What a noble thing to do, honestly. Tsira has shown very much in this run how much he cares about the creatures and the inhabitants of Hollow Nest. Both through saving the grubs, as well as talking to Elderbug. Very, very nice of her.
Valley showing us swag door.
And that was a very nice swag door. So you're gonna see here the climb I was mentioning. This is the Lighthouse Climb. This one can be a bit scary because the siblings, the shade enemies here, they deal double damage. So Valley can actually only take 2 hits while still being alive. If he takes 3, he's just dead and he's gonna lose approximately 2 minutes. And these siblings can really be in bad spots. And if you mess up once, it's easy to just fall and get hit again. He seems to get through it very nicely though. Took 1 hit, but he should be fine. And Tsira is picking up great Cyclone Slash here. So Valley's now out of the danger. He's gonna go pick up Shade Cloak, and he's gonna do a quit outs to skip a cutscene, and then he's gonna head all the way over to the other side of the Abyss and pick up Abyss Shriek.
And we'll have our main event, Abyss Climb.
Yeah.
Just something to look forward to. Now, Tsira done was Cyclone Slash. We'll be heading to Umu next.
Yeah, the Abyss Climb is really something that's going to show off the movement in this category. It's something that runners tend to do like individual level runs of in practice, and there's also like a whole leaderboard for it. So because of that, the times for the climb have been pushed down really, really low. And Valley being a very, very high level runner, we're gonna see him probably execute some very high level strats. So it's definitely gonna be really interesting to see.
Yeah. But before that, Valley has to pick up Abyss Shriek at the left side of the Abyss.
Yeah, so he's gonna quickly get some hits off a crawler on the ground here. He needs 3 soul, because the way that you get this ability is a bit hidden. You need to do a Howling Wraiths attack in the little room here, and you'll get the upgrade. So, Valley, probably now stretching his hands, drying the sweat off his hands for Abyss Climb in this cutscene, because this cutscene takes approximately 1 million years to go through, so... Alright. So Tsira on the way into Umu, and Valley doing Abyss Climb. This is going to be 2 very interesting things to watch. So let's see this climb from Valley here.
Alright. Valley gets past the first obstacle here.
Alright, he goes for that strat. That's a bit of a full run strat. That's only a tiny bit slower. But
oh, Valley misses the big one.
Goes for the backup around. Doesn't lose too much time. Like maybe 5 seconds or so. Except for that mess up at the end. That was a pretty solid climb.
Now Tsira going for 1 cycle on Umu.
Let's see how Tsira gets the 1 cycle here. Umu's a very large bit high.
Yeah.
Hopefully she should be fine. Is that a double hit?
Oh,
did she get it?
Yeah, she got it.
No.
Oh
she
no!
didn't get
What?
it.
I thought it was the explosion.
I think the nail hits were a bit too slow, and Umu closed at the end. Because they were lined up nicely, but I think she was just a tiny bit too slow. Very unfortunate. She was close. He only needed one
plate so away.
Alright, we're gonna see here, Valley's gonna be going to the final boss of the game. And we're gonna see here how he handles this fight. He's gonna be using a lot of Abyss Shrieks to deal a lot of damage. And if his damage output is high enough, he can actually skip one of the boss screams at the end.
Yeah, Valley here was 4 HP, but still potential PB, so...
Yeah, Rixian is informing us that Valley is only 6 seconds behind PB right here. That is a very, very impressive performance in a tournament race. Especially since the scenarios are so different. When you're grinding for a PB, you can reset whenever a run is like bad or if you mess up something significant. But in a tournament race, you have one run and you have to make it work. So this is definitely a product of the consistency that Valley has. Does Cyclone strats on the chains, you love to see it. This is a very potential 50xx. So Valley's going to be using a lot of Shrieks here. He's also going to be trying to deal with the fact that THK has a ginormous head hitbox, which is really annoying. And he's going to be wanting to have attacks where THK stands mostly still. So for example, the dash attack is not something we want to see here.
Oh, misses one Shriek, but...
Yeah.
And here's the...
Okay. Into the second phase
frame
of the fight. Let's see here. These seem to be pretty decent attacks to be getting here.
Oh, he gets
gets
stream skip.
stream skip.
Oh, gets stream skip, sorry.
Nice.
And finishes, okay.
Finishes
That will
off.
be a 50xx.
That is almost as good as just skipping the scream entirely.
Yeah.
The scream skip.
That was a very fast reaction from Valley. It was...
Yeah.
THK gave
for
him
sure.
a fast scream, sorry.
Yeah.
PB to Valley.
It's not a PB for Valley, but it's a very impressive run. 53? 52? 53.
53.
Very, very nice. Like, anything even a minute from your PB in a tournament race is going to be a very good time. But Valley ends up only around 10 seconds off, which is just really impressive to see. So a very, very impressive performance from Valley. So let's focus a bit on Tsira now. She's getting through the ending parts of the run as well. And we're gonna hope to see some cool stuff from her as well.
Mark Valley has finished.
Yeah. Let's switch the audio as well to Tsira.
There we go.
There we go. Alright, so Tsira is now currently getting Great Slash. This is something you saw Valley do a little bit ago. And this is just a very movement-based blitz.
On her way to a Great Slash. The Durandal section. Oh,
Unfortunately,
into
slightly
one.
misses that cycle there. Just to back it up with the pogo very nicely.
Oh, that's too low. Okay. She does notice.
Alright, let's see here.
Oh.
She goes for the right side jump. Ooh! Careful. Careful. Alright, she's fine. Also, turns out I was slightly incorrect. Valley's PB is a 50-47, and he was only 6 seconds off.
Yeah.
That is very, very impressive. Alright, so we're gonna see here Valley showing off the splits and doing whatever he's doing with his cursor.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening over there.
Yeah. Alright. We can see that, actually I can't really see anything, it's really tiny on my screen, but... We can see that he seemed to gold something along there. He golded Shaman Stone.
Shamans. Yeah.
He's just painting the cursors all over the the box there.
Post-race
Let's
content.
see. Tsira is now making her way over to Queen's Gardens, and on the way she's gonna get Howling Wraiths as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this is a PB pace for Tsira. It could potentially be. And I don't know if she has any unsubmitted PBs. I should probably have asked her before. We're gonna see here how she handles this part. Let's see. Unfortunately takes a hit there. Has a slightly different setup on this arena,
Interesting.
but managed to make it work. I don't know what the optimal part of that is. Like the optimal arena strat is.
It's your
Okay,
option
so-
to heal before the pickup.
Yeah, that's very smart. The pickup gets you to full soul, so it's good to use all the soul before. So chat is letting me know that Tsira's PB is a 1 hour, 1 minute, and 25. And I don't know how close she is right now in terms of pace. I'm not too good at reading like a certain point in an all skulls in the run and knowing like what pace it is.
I don't know. I feel like
My guess is
mean-
that she probably isn't on PB pace
yeah.
anymore. But
Honestly,
she's
like,
probably only a minute or two off.
yeah, like 7 minutes for Hera and Diabist is
Yeah. So you're gonna see her move through these sections. There's a quick little arena here with the Mantis Petras. She's just gonna fireball them because she has the very high damage output to just kill them instantly. And she's gonna do a damage tank strat here, which she's gonna take a hazard warp right there. And that actually overlaps with the other respawn zone. So she can just spawn at the bottom and save a bit of time. Hit the lever. Takes a heal. That's very understandable.
oh, dashes right into that green dude.
Ooh.
Takes another heal here.
Yeah, that drop right there, I find it very personally hard to read, like, the height, because, like, there's a lot of stuff in, like, the same color. So sometimes it's tricky to predict, like, when to dash. Especially if you do an inventory drop.
So you're not actually collecting any soul in the room before this. Collect
Yeah,
soul
this,
off of the carrot dudes here. Alright.
The carrot dudes.
Yeah, it's...
That's a good name. I like that. She's turning up the brightness again. Alright.
advanced strategy.
These are parts of the menu that I haven't seen in like months. I mean, it actually does work pretty well.
I feel
It's
like
a
I
lot
still
easier
can't
to see,
much.
for sure.
Oh, we can see the light really well. A bit too well.
Valley's leaving. Valley, are you gonna kill Myla? I swear, if he kills Myla. Please don't. Alright, let's see here.
No, Valley's
Tsira
going
gets
the other
through the
way.
dark rooms very nicely. Oh, good. He's going this way. Is he talking to Elderbug, maybe?
He's taking 2 damage on the exploding guy there.
He's
picking
buying
up
Geo. Is he gonna buy the egg? I think he's buying the egg. Alright, Tsira climbs up, skips Beaston. Oh, he doesn't have Slice Shop open. Is he talking to Elderbug? I think he is. Ooh, the Dreamer cutscene is so bright. Ooh. I think Valley's stream just crashed.
Stream is like, you talk to Elderbug? Okay, it's back.
Elderbug talking slideshow. Love to see it.
That's your
Alright, Tsira gets Hera, and she's now going to be heading to the Abyss as well.
Tsira talking to Hornet
as well. Tsira's just doing so much good today in Hollowness. She saved a bunch of grubs.
Tried to save one.
She talked to Elderbug. She talked to Hornets. Did she talk to Mila? Actually, Mila was already infected by then, right?
I think
partially infected.
Yeah, but you can still talk to her. As long after you pick up Crystal Heart.
Valley's D-darking Elderbug. How could you? You monster. He's trying to attack Elderbug. Alright, so let's see here. Tsira's gonna be heading down to Hidden Station and be going into the Abyss to pick up Shade Cloak and Abyss Shriek.
Valley, wait, what did Valley just buy?
He bought a map.
A map?
What is he doing?
Nice map.
Yeah, Valley's just out here supporting the local businesses. Alright, let's see. Is Tsira... He's entering a Coliseum save file. What is Valley doing? Whoa. Let's see. Tsira's going for Swagdoor. I'd love to see it.
Valley going for Fury Pantheon.
Nice. Alright, Tsira gets Swagdoor, is now dropping through.
Now it's here on the Lighthouse Climb. You can see the sibling train down there. And a very nice Lighthouse Climb from Tsira here. Taking no damage at all. Now Valley on Coliseum 3. Absolutely demolishing the goons. Valley takes a hit. Great slashes. Great slashes to Primal Aspid. Look at those snail words. Now Tsira picking up a Shade Cloak? Shade Cloak. Yeah, Valley has the Overcharm UI glitch. Valley is overcharmed. Oh, yep, you can see right there, Valley taking 2 damage here from Ludos.
Oh, turns out I was muted that entire time.
Oh. Well, welcome back, Boo.
Thank you.
Tsira just crossing the hour mark here.
Yeah, so Tsira's gonna be heading down to, or not down, heading leftwards, I guess, to Abyss Shriek. And we're gonna see a nice climb from her as well, probably.
Well, Valley gets an essence drop. Let's go. Wait, you can duck under that guy? What?
Alright, we're gonna see here. Tsira is heading over to Abyss Shriek. She has enough soul. Unfortunately, has taken 2 hits, which she's probably gonna bench in either Dirtmouth or the Black Egg Temple. So it's gonna be interesting to see what she does that there because she does really not want to go into THK with less than like 4 HP at most.
Yeah, and well, Tsira also has 3 HP now, going to Abyss Climb, so which is a little sketchy. Oh, now
Ooh, takes
down to
another
2.
hit. Ooh,
Takes
on the way
another
to
hit.
That's a bit
He's
scary.
thinking the Shadow Creepers.
Yeah, we seem to be about right with our estimation. She seems to be only be like 1 or 2 minutes behind PP. Maybe a bit
Ambushed
more.
by another Shadow Creeper here.
Yeah. We're gonna see this Abyss Climb now, however.
Alright, hype.
I'm gonna be interested to see what kind of strat she goes for. If she goes for like the run safer strats or be a bit more IL
Shade
strats.
Pogo strats. Oh, nope. Oh!
Seems to be struggling a tiny bit with getting up on the first wall there. But now she seems to be on her way.
Oh no. Okay, gets through those 2 guys.
Yeah, the climb seems to be giving her a tiny bit of trouble. It's understandable. Like, there's a lot of tournament nerves and stuff that can affect a lot of stuff like this. I feel like Abyss Climb is a very common choke point for runners, especially in tournament races, as well as just general.
Here's the big
PB
one. Let's see
paces.
what Tsira goes for. Oh, Tsira does get it.
Nice. Gets that wall.
Yeah, Valley actually.
Decides to loop around the
didn't
left
get that
here
one.
for a bit of a safer
Alright.
way up. And she moves up to climb. Alright.
Right.
She got through that, and she has some soul to heal as well, in case she wants to. Gets another hit. And she's going to be heading over to the Black Egg Tank Pole, as well as the Hollow Knight. Alright, so Tsira's tagging to Crossroads. I'm curious to see if she's gonna bench anywhere. My guess is she's gonna bench Dirtmouth, because that is the faster bench. Yeah, she benches Dirtmouth. That's very understandable. The Black Egg Temple bench is a bit slower, but if you do get an infinite load or some other thing on THK, it's faster to get that one.
Have we seen infinite load THK during this tournament?
I don't know. Let's see. She's going for Cyclone Knight. Let's go, Helicopter Knight.
Go.
That's a fun little visual glitch that you can do that makes you go zoom. It pretty much doesn't do anything except lose time, but it gets the knight stuck in a funny animation. So it's just like the most blessed thing to go for.
Now Tsira here heading to
Let's see this Hollow Knight fight from Tsira. Breaking the chains. And she does have a full shriek worth of soul going into the fight, and a bit more than that as well. So let's see how THK treats her in terms of RNG. The rest of the run and the rest of the game hasn't been really nice with RNG today towards Tsira. So let's see if the Hollow Knight can redeem that.
Second full shriek.
That being said, it seems like I cursed it because I'm seeing a lot of dashes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Tsira, that's on me. Whoops. The comms curse. You hate to see it.
Oh, THK parries. Also that one.
It's interesting to see between like approaches to a fight between categories how the worst attack fluctuates so much. Because like almost any other category, the worst attack is the parry, and the best attack is the dash.
Yeah.
But it's like completely turned around for this. Actually, no, the dash still isn't.
Explosion
Or the parry
attacks here.
still
Does
isn't
have an
good.
opportunity to get stream skips up.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not... Oh, that's
seems
not
to miss the safe spot a tiny bit. Ooh. I think one or two more shrieks should do it.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be. Oh. Oh.
Oh no! Right at the very end. That's so unfortunate. Oh. You really hate to see it. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, that's a... She missed, should we get
Oh,
the
so
start?
many dashes. This is my fault. I cursed this. I'm sorry, Tsira. Forgive me. Alright.
Tsira does seem to be picking back up another parry, though.
Alright. Second
Now,
tries the
first
charm.
game.
That is definitely what the expression usually looks like.
Right, right. Not taking another damage. They're not down to 2.
Alright.
Yes,
She's getting an
this
opportunity to heal up once or twice here.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna heal up. She's healing up twice. It's very understandable, given
Back to 4.
that she's already died here once.
Now the slamming attack there gets hit once. Down to 3.
Let's see.
Almost done.
Ooh.
Down to 2 now by the infection attack. Oh, barely dodged that one. THK.
It's so annoying when
Parries.
THK is just vibing in the corner. It's like the worst position for them to be
And now
in.
the stream. But
Alright,
don't
so that's
forget,
the final
stream's
stream.
good.
She needs 1 or 2 more.
Oh, it's the THK giving him more stabbing
Ooh,
attacks.
careful.
CR down
Okay,
to 1.
she got it.
Oh,
GG's.
oh, okay.
GG's.
Right, the finish
That
here.
is the run ended for Tsira as well. She ended up only a couple of minutes behind PB. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that went unfortunately for her, but she still managed to play this really well.
Yeah. Alright, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see her. We're gonna invite the runners to an interview. So if you just give us a tiny second, we should
That'll be a 106.44 for Sierra. On the dot. Wow, 0-0.
All
Okay.
right. We're gonna see here. We're gonna see if we can get the runners here for an interview. They should be here with us in just a second. But yeah, I feel like that was a really nice race.
Yeah. Alright.
Valley seems to be here with us right now. He is muted though. However,
Well, hi Valley.
oh, there you go.
GG.
GG's.
GG.
Tsira should be joining whenever she can. I don't know if she's gonna join. Maybe she will. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, GG's Valley.
Thanks.
Ending up really close to PB like that. That's very, very impressive. What did you think of the run in general?
I just couldn't like adjust for 1-to-1 input lag during the entire run because I've been running current patch for like the past couple days. So you might have noticed me doing like mistakes, like not being able to dash out of transition or like missing the dash after hitting the laggy lever, like not being able to do nail cancels. It's all because of 1-to-1 input lag. That's
Yeah.
like worse than on CP, so I was just struggling because of that. Overall, it was a pretty decent run though.
Yeah, I've been jumping back and forth a lot between patches, and that's like one of the things that you really do notice. Like it's very noticeable the
Yeah,
small
it's-
differences that kind of throw you
extremely
off, for
noticeable.
sure.
That's definitely true.
Alright, so
All right, Tsira does not seem to be getting an invite. I wonder if something messed up in the. I wonder if we can send a manual invite somehow.
yeah. Sure,
I'll do
it.
that. Hold
Okay.
on. All right. So Tsira should be joining us in just a second. But I think overall, Valley, you played it really, really cleanly and really showed off the consistency there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very consistent Mantis Pogo indeed.
That was a very interesting setup. I don't think I'd ever seen that before. Definitely something I'm taking out of this. Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
GG's.
GG Valley.
GG's.
Tsira.
Alright.
All right. Sarah, what did you think of the run? Any thoughts?
Seeing as I couldn't see for half of it, I think I did okay.
Yeah.
The sun
the sunning,
was
bad
right
spot?
in my eyes. Yeah, that's why I was fiddling with the brightness and whatnot. Sorry for the flashbangs.
Yeah, I feel like you did really well, and I feel like it's definitely a performance to be proud of. You got a bit caught up on the dark room specifically.
that was right The dark room was when it started to get really bad, and that's when I realized, okay, I have to change the brightness. And then the Isma skips, I literally had to lean forward to not have the sun directly in my eyes.
Ooh.
Oh,
But you made it
So-
work. You made it work.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
worked. And this is my best race time, so could have been
Oh,
Hey,
worse.
that's nice.
yeah.
I feel like
But
it's
GG Valley.
Thanks. Thanks.
it's definitely something you
GG
kind of have to
Valley.
consider it differently when it's a tournament race. Like what time is like a good time. 'Cause there's so much more pressure and so many things that go into it. I think you both did really well today,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
honestly.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah.
And
somehow-
Valley, you got a 50-minute time, right?
yeah, I got 50-53.
Oh my god.
I did
That's
not expect
incredible.
that, TBH, like after Mantis Claw, I thought that. Well, yeah. Let's just have
Yeah.
fun.
Any specifically memorable moments for either of you?
THK, that last hitbox being funny.
Oh
He was
yeah.
one shriek and a couple hits away at most.
I think
Yeah,
I think
THK and
THK was probably a fireball away.
yeah,
Yeah.
THK and their ginormous head hitbox is definitely something. Very
I'd meant
very
to-
finicky.
To consider it because I do know that it's very jank, but I just messed up.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It happens. It really does happen.
Yeah.
Especially in all skills. Like you're standing so close to the boss and you're playing so aggressively so much. It's very easy to go a tiny bit too close and take a hit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of the more like really understandable deaths that I think everyone who runs this category has been there at some points.
I was debating healing, but I was like, nah, we're doing this.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
brain
and-
was just completely turning off during the run. I almost did current patch explosion pogo and stuff like that.
I mean, it worked. You got a 50-minute time.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
How's that compared to your PB?
It's 10 seconds slower than my PB.
Wow. Incredible for a race setting.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and Tsira, you really did some good in your run, didn't you? You saved a bunch of grubs. You talked to Elderbug, you talked to Hornets. You even tried to
Of
save that grub
course.
through the wall.
You even looked through
I
the
don't know
telescope.
why. I thought that you could have get it. I'm pretty sure I've seen people get it.
I think it looks
So-
a tiny bit too far, unfortunately.
Wait,
But the
what?
important thing
Okay.
is that you tried.
The
For the
grubs,
grubbies.
by not Sanctum, by Watcher Knights.
By what train? Oh, yeah. I don't think you can do that through the wall.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
you can do it through the gate. On the other side.
Oh,
not
okay,
through the wall.
fine.
Yeah. And yeah, Valley, I'm really disappointed in you for nail slashing and descending darking Elderbug.
Hey, I talked to him.
Valley.
You did talk to him,
Yeah,
but
I had a conversation.
Valley.
I mean, he was just so rude. I like just didn't.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
couldn't restrain
oh
myself.
my.
Well, actually, were either of you watching the stream as you were running?
No, I
Um,
haven't watched anything.
Okay.
I was in call with Wasabi, who was watching the stream. Shoutouts to Wasabi for keeping me company. But I was pretty much able to guess exactly where you were, Valley, at every point.
Mhm.
But
So,
yeah, any more thoughts about the race? Anything else you want to say?
Shoutouts to 56, my new summer best.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of 56, I had 56 Geo
Yeah.
after buy and distant.
We
Yeah.
noticed that. We noticed
Nice.
you ended
Pointed that
up on
out.
56
I am very sad
Geo.
that I wasn't able to adjust high enough on the wall to not collect 2 Geo from the Shadow Creeper. I was so pissed that
Aw.
I messed up Abyss Climb. Like,
Aw.
me having 58 Geo after exiting the transition is the only thing I think of. I was thinking of doing the climb.
but yeah.
Priorities.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for a great match, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Yep,
And,
Yeah, thank
uh,
you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
No problem.
And,
And, yeah, good luck to your future races.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And
And
thanks everyone here for watching.
Bye.
All right,
See you
so-
next time.
with that being said, go follow the runners. Hold on. Commands, there we go. As well as thank you so much for SpeedGaming for helping us and letting us host the tournament here.
Go follow the commentators too
Yeah,
on
definitely.
Twitch.
All right. I think that's it
Thank
for
you.
us. Thanks so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed
thank
the race. And with that being said, I think we're gonna leave it here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.